trust and I gave you everything that you need. But you only told me lies and you made me realize that, babe, you ain't no good for me. I can't be with you, you can't be true. And I know just what I got to do. Gonna hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can. Gonna hit the ground running, running, running just as fast as I can.
Wander doesn't get in. Using bottle jacks. One is going to hold the frame and on one side, and then the other side is going to hold the jack stand is going to hold it, and this guy is going to be used to lift the axle up and down. Give me a second. I'm gonna make my life easier. Because I don't have the proper jack to lift it. I'm not a mechanic. I mean, I have the proper jacks, just not the proper appropriate height of the stands and such to take off both tires, which would make the flexibility of the axle easier. So I might have to just do it one by one, which is a little difficult, but I know it's doable. This is why I want a house. To have my own garage. YouTube, help us out, right? Subscribe to the channel. So, as you see, it's already dirty. We've attached it, but I was realizing how much, I saw how long the shock is, but once it was installed and all the way down, it was just completely compressed almost. And so I just think, that's why I decided, on adding the spacer. And so now I have to remove these U-bolts, and then I remove this block, and then lift it up, and hopefully that gives it much more of a high clearance for this shock and be able to perform a little better as well, and last a longer time too, give it a good life, because with how it is right now and with all this weight, it's very compressed, and I just don't want it to go bad really quick. So here we go.
In case you're wondering who's filming this glorious video.
What's wrong with you, man? Mechanical engineer and you don't know bolts? I think we need a 22. These things always come with a different size, and then you don't have the appropriate hole for it now. Make sure you completely wash your truck before you do this. Well, you wouldn't be struggling with all this dirt like I am. Oh. Now keep it the way it is, just like that. Put it back the way it was. I don't know if there's a way to make both sides look the same, but just to be safe, put it back the way it was. Take up the U-bolts. Man. I recommend gloves, guys. I'm a rebel. I always hurt myself. Out of my control.
Joey, if you're watching this video, you took all Jose's wrenches and he's cursing you out. Just kidding, we love you.
We got to remove the bottom joint because then once we lower the axle, the shock is trying to withhold this weight. So you got to loosen up the bolt here. It's a 17 millimeter, and you know, disconnect it, and then from there you'll have the flexibility to remove all this. We're gonna ready. Grab the spacers. Hopefully we can put it on right. Here we go. The spacer. What we do is lower it. Alright, watch your distance. Be careful, alright? It can go lower, guys. But I have a solution, so I kept that jack there. Excuse me. See what I mean? Look at how long this suspension is, and it was. I mean, keep in mind this is the boot. You know, normal length. The boot was like this. So it's like, look at how much space it's need. So yeah, we'll see how this goes. See if I can make it work. It's all part of the learning process. So this is the Sanchez way, guys. You know, since I don't have a perfect garage and perfect jacks, enough height, you know, all I did, put that jack as for support for the axle, and use this other jack to lift the spring up, and now put the block in. Now I gotta wiggle my way in between and see if we can make it work. Now if I put it here, it's not gonna give enough space for down here. I feel like if I put it up here, it takes away the space as well. So I think I'm just gonna leave it as is. It's pretty flat to me. Yeah. Now as always, it's a pain in the butt to maneuver and put this bolt right in the middle of that. Wish me luck. Gotta squeeze your way. That's why they recommend it. Take away both sides.
Yeah.
Come on, be like that.
Yeah.
Battery died, guys, while I was doing this difficult portion part, trying to get the bolt of this leaf spring in with the block in. All it was that, and it went in. in case you guys are like me and you don't have a shop and you decide to do it on your own and you get stuck in this portion and because you can't lift all axle, that's the way to do it, guys. Alright, so putting it back. Now make sure when you have the blocking that these guys fall into the blocking within the blocking, so that way they don't slide. You don't want that happening. So we're going to use probably the same washers, and we're going to use this locking with this nut and bolt. Now guys, this is temporary, right? No judgment here. Everything's on back order due to COVID. And you know, Josie and I, we want to go camping soon again. And we didn't want to sleep with, you know, with our heads, you know, laying on, trying to find a way to level ourselves in all this whole. Normally people would use the gun, but I think I'm going to use it by hand because I'll be able to know how many turns. I count the turns. That way this is perfectly all balanced out, and then in the end I'll measure it again. Double check that all the threads are equally balanced. And we're good. Make sure this stays on there. Tends to move when you start tightening. I like the. Did you put Fast and the Furious soundtrack?
Fast and the Furious soundtrack.
You're such a
It makes sense when you're working on a car. Due to copyright reasons, we cannot play Fast and the Furious songs on this video. We apologize.
Eyeballing the threads, see where I'm at. Making sure it's even. You know, I'm eyeballing it, it's pretty close. So, here's the reason why we had to use a new one. The old one would not have fit, guys. Just keep it. Just wanted to show in case those people that don't know. I didn't know, but you know, did my research. What I learned will be on YouTube. Okay, so now put the suspension, then put the tire on, and we're good. What I'm doing, guys, is trying to put this damn shock back. Trying to put the bolt back in there. And it's in! Alright, looks more even. Happy. Now I'm just like, you know, showing, look at how long it just extends. And I just feel bad. I feel bad. It's like if it has feelings. No, I want this to last.
Well, I gave you all my love and I gave you all my trust and I gave you everything